CBS News foreign correspondent Roxana Saberi, who's joining us from our London bureau. So, Roxana, inflation is now at a 40-year high in the UK. How expected was this?
Well, Vlad, inflation has been rising here for months, but this increase was higher than economists had expected. The rate jumped more than 0.5% from June to July. That means consumer prices have risen more than 10% in a year, and that's a faster pace than in the U.S. The Bank of England had said inflation could peak at over 13% later this year, but they didn't think it would hit double digits so soon. The last time inflation was in the double digits here was back in 1982. And you mentioned high food prices. Well, milk and flour are around 30% more expensive than they were last year. Butter and pasta are also much pricier. So are other staples like toilet paper and toothbrushes, and energy bills are surging. They're expected to spike again this fall. Vlad and Anne-Marie.
So then what's causing, the prices to go up? Are we talking about kind of similar factors to what we're seeing in the U.S.?
Some are. Well, economists and politicians here have blamed certain international trends like the war in Ukraine, supply chain shortages, and the rise in energy prices. They also point to the reopening of Britain's economy after the pandemic, which meant that the supply of goods like fuel couldn't keep up with demand. Some business owners here have also blamed the fallout from Brexit. Anne-Marie and Vlad.
So, as you know, Roxana, here in the U.S., we're also seeing prices go up, and that has forced many families to make difficult decisions with their wallets. How are people in the U.K. coping with this?
Well, it's been a real shock for a lot of people here. For many, pay increases have not kept up. I've spoken with some people who are trying to save money by not buying what they really don't need. And one woman on a fixed income told me she turned off her heat when it was cold outside and wore more layers instead. Some food banks are struggling to stay stocked, as they are in the U.S., and many businesses are hurting. A representative for Britain's fish and chips industry told me dozens of shops have already had to shut down. He said the costs of energy, fish, and cooking oil are at an all-time high, and several shops have had to lay people off. Fish and chips, of course, are a British tradition, and the industry considers itself an early warning system for what will happen across the hospitality sector.
So, Roxana, as you already know, the Federal Reserve here has chosen to raise interest rates in an effort to sort of combat rising inflation. Also, as we sort of barrel towards the midterm elections, of course, inflation and the economy has become a major election issue here in the U.S. I'm wondering how the Bank of England is tackling or responding to these new numbers, and whether or not the two candidates for prime minister are sort of using this as a campaign issue to hopefully win on for each of them.
Well, like in the U.S., the central bank here is raising interest rates to try to slow spending, but there is a limit to how effective that can be. And some households have received payments to help with skyrocketing energy bills, but the government is facing pressure to do more. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is due to leave office next month. One contender who wants to replace him says she favors tax cuts. The other, former Treasury Chief Rishi Sunak, introduced a 25% windfall tax. That's a one-off tax on oil and gas companies' profits. Vlad and Anne-Marie, I recently asked an economist why inflation in Britain should matter to people beyond these borders. She said it can have ripple effects even in the U.S. and can add to a volatile global environment.
Roxana Saberi, thank you very much.
You're welcome.